what is DevOps. So a couple of years back or few years back, there is a speculation like everyone has their own thoughts about DevOps, but today I think everyone is almost aware of so what is DevOps, right? So basically, but in our way, so also want to talk about, I would like to talk about what is DevOps, and or in my context, what is DevOps, or what I have seen what is DevOps. I'll just talk about that. And so before starting about DevOps, or before getting into DevOps, you need to understand so that any role in the organization is going to get created by the business, right? So, or let me put this way. So let's today's agenda. So agenda of today's session is going to be, let me put it at so a point. So what is there before DevOps, or before we just want to understand business, right? Before DevOps, probably my writing is not that great, but just so and after that, how DevOps evolved, DevOps evolution probably. So DevOps evolution, and the tools which we are going to talk about. Tools we are talking. All right. So yeah, this is the simple agenda which we would like to have for today. And so yeah, now before coming into DevOps, we would like to understand, does any role in an organization, irrespective of any irrespective of any role in any organization, or in any organization, a role comes into picture. Okay, so if there is a business need, definitely, right? There is a business need, then you get a job. Otherwise, you'll not get a job. You're a Linux admin, you're getting a job means because there is a need of maintaining servers, and servers is needed by the business. And you're an IT guy, so probably or a DBA guy. So DBA, so there is a purpose of maintaining the database because the database is needed for the business. So like that, everything, everywhere, the business is involved, right? So without a business, you will not get a role. Okay. So now, what business actually? Which business? Okay. So which business we're talking about? There are a lot of businesses in IT, right? So we're talking about so software development. We're talking about software. So development. In the software development, okay, so there are certain jobs actually which are involved. Okay, so definitely everyone would be mostly aware of those things. So one is majorly is developer. So there is a developer guy who is actually going to do the development. Okay, so and he's going to do the development, and so he makes the products basically. Okay, but he's the guy who makes end-to-end, so makes the product and go to the market and sell it and things like that. No. So in the software development, usually we'll be having another roles which is called as business analyst, B analyst. Okay. So this is the core guy actually. Okay. On the business perspective, and understand the business and grabs the opportunities and give to the development team, and the development team will make the products, and ultimately you're going to have something called as the testers. Okay, quality people you have. So without quality, you cannot sign off any product. So that doesn't make sense. Testing is a very critical phase, and so this is simply on the development perspective. Now let's say today most of the world is running on cloud, right? So we're hearing about a cloud. Okay, so cloud means everything is a web, and the applications are web applications. That's pretty simple. So today everything is on cloud. It's not actually started today. So back in 2000 itself, so most of the people, especially the Google, came up, or even Yahoo. Before Google, Yahoo you had most of the applications, they were trying to port it as web applications. Okay, applications which run on web. Either you take Yahoo Mail, or you take Yahoo Search Engine, or Yahoo Messenger. Okay. So Yahoo Groups, a lot of Yahoo products are there. And Google, you got it, Google, a lot of products, everything you see it is on Google. And you see some products actually, so earlier back in time, so I used to use some Microsoft products, especially Microsoft Office. So back in time, so how I used to use Microsoft Office, I used to, I used to do an online purchase, probably, okay, or go to a store and do the purchase, probably in, so out of remote locations, probably people will not have the stores and all, so they do the online purchase, and once they do the online purchase, they ship the CD, and you get a CD. You put the CD, and you install the software, and you'll have a key. You register that, and it will work. That is how it is. And later, it has been evolved in such a way that the CD DVD part is being done. And so they used to give the software, try to download. You download from the internet, install it, and you purchase. You get a subscription ID. You give it, and it works. But today, that is also not happening. No installations. Microsoft Office is completely on the web browser. So what all the features you can use your Microsoft Office by installing in your local system is completely now available on the web. So directly without any installation, go open the browser, you go to office365.com, you get, even you can get it free of cost. So go to Word or Excel or PowerPoint or whatever you want to choose, just choose that and you get it. Pretty cool, right? So that is where okay, so the industry has been leading so into the cloud. So I'm talking about the businesses or the development is more of web application. So now it comes to the web application. So if it is a web application, so there is some customer actually. So so some group of customers. So who would be accessing our application? So accessing our application. So that means it is hosted somewhere in our server. Somewhere in some server, it is being hosted. Agreed? Everyone hopefully agrees, right? So as it is being hosted somewhere on our server, so there should be some role actually, and some people actually get job in this particular area. So who are the people? So right from the scratch, if you look into, so you have data center engineers, okay, or you have network people, and after that you have some servers. So servers means you have OS admins, probably Windows, Linux, Unix, whatever it is. And after that, to host this application, you're going to have something called as middleware team you're going to have. And to monitor all these things, you will be having L1 support team, L1 support or NOC we call it as, Network Operations Center or GOC, Global Operations Center. People call with different names. So these are the different roles involved. Okay. So together on the software development, so these are the roles. So apart from, so again, you'll be having some management roles as well. So just excluding those things, I'm talking about pure technical. So if you go in technical, these are the general roles which you see in an organization. Okay. So this is because developer is actually doing that. This is on the development. So they are doing the development. So these guys are doing the development and these guys are doing the operations. Okay, so we are just been doing this, and in order to do this actually, so the development team is actually using a mechanism or using a I can say using a methodology, so which is called as waterfall model. They are making waterfall model. They were using a waterfall model. Using waterfall model, okay, so they are actually making the development. So this is on the development perspective. You don't need to worry about anything on that. So the developers were using a waterfall model, and this is what the roles which just came out of because of their development methodology. Okay, so and how the work used to be here. Okay, so I mean the work is going to be in waterfall model is so they are going to be the developers. Okay, so developers doing the development and hand over it to testers. Okay, and testers is going to hand over to operations team to do that. Operations involves all this particular team. Okay, so this is what the process. Okay, and this process takes okay, so months and years of time it used to take. It used to take months and years of time to get in there, to get into the operation. So the development team continuously work on the development, and testing team will take some time to do the testing, and finally goes to the operation. So this is how the cycle takes, some months and years. So probably the best example is, Windows operating system. Windows operating system, Windows OS is a waterfall model. Why? Because okay, they take years to come up with a version, years to come with a major version, right? Major version, and So, or I can say that it is until Windows XP, until Windows XP at least. Probably, I'm not sure everyone is being aware of Windows XP operating system. So back in days, a decade back. But yeah, so until Windows XP majorly, and they after that they mixed it, and now they are into as well as they are into pure Agile as well. So, but yeah, if you understand the old model, so Windows OS is the waterfall model. So years they release a major version, and so again month to year a month or to an year, so they release service pack, or in general way it is a minor version. So they used to release service packs. There is no updates like today. Whatever you're getting updates, back in days there were no updates because it's a waterfall model, and the cycle again to take it takes a long time. Okay, so they collect all the gather the requirements, understand, so they do the development, again goes to the testing team, finally goes to the operations team, things like that. Okay, it takes years of effort. Okay, so then okay, so Windows means Microsoft has a good amount of money, everyone can invest that much amount of time, and so they whether the product gets successful or failure, they can sustain in the market. Okay, so and the problems, if you look into these actually is, so the problems which if you see here in the waterfall model, definitely you yourself can now tell me, so that so the problems, the first major problem would be, okay, more investment, more investment, as more time for development, as more time for development, right? So as it is taking more time, okay, so more investment is needed. Okay, no guarantee of your success rate, no guarantee on success rate. So you are ready with your product of so 1 or 2 years, and you come to the market, and no one want your product, there's a chance, right? So that is where these so no success guarantee, no success guarantee. Okay, so this is what the problems with the waterfall model. Okay, so and that's where okay, on the developers actually, it's not our bothering. So the developers actually, okay, so started looking into alternatives, which is called as agile methodology. So slowly software development started you know seeing problems in seeing problems in um, software development, seeing problems in waterfall model, and so started looking alternatives, natives, and agile is most suitable for today needs. Okay, so hence agile is being adopted. All right, so in agile model, so we are getting in agile model we're actually doing the development. Now in agile model, is there anything roles changes? No, actually initially none of the role changed. The developer were there, business analyst were there, tester is there, and even the on the operations prospector you have all these people. But actually how agile works, actually you need to understand how actually agile is actually telling to get it to work actually. So that gives you understanding. So what was the problem statement? So the problem statement of using so operations also so operations teams also been adopted same structure for Agile as well. In Agile also, so we started adopting the same structure. So Linux admin, middleware guy, so data center guy, or like these different hierarchy, DBA guys. Okay, so like these different guys are there. Okay, so so the same structure has been imported or adopted basically, and now after running for so months and quarters and years, so people started seeing the problem. What is the problem? Major problem people are seeing is, so agile model. So agile goes on a short cycles. Agile goes on Agile goes on short cycle. Okay, so as it is going on short cycle, that means your cycle is going to be, okay, so your cycle of release is going to be either 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Okay, is for a release. And even so your bugs and all, your bugs and all is going to be, so it's going to be, your bugs and all is going to be daily. So your, if any bugs are there, so we'll be doing daily fixes as well. Now every 1 week or 2 weeks, 2 weeks is the more standard way people uses, and every daily some changes are coming, so that ultimately so should go to the production environment, right? Should go to the production environment, and the customers are so want to use these particular features whatever is being released by the customer, because so some are bugs are there, some customers are impacting. So now you need to release into the production your code, whatever is being developed. So the code should go to here, so into the servers where customers are accessing, and that environment we generally call it as prod environment. And so that particular so the code should go to the production, and that's where the delay is happening. Okay, so over a period of time, so people observe that, so here there is a too much delay in, so people observed too much delay is happening. Okay, so assuming for an example, so let's say developer taking let's say 1 day to fix a bug, then operations guys are taking, let's say, as a rough example, so 2 to 3 days actually. 2 to 3 days, what is this? Something who is creating new things are actually taking less time, but who want to operate it is actually taking more time. That is a major problem statement, so people started observing. So that's where who is actually getting impacted. If that much delay is there, the end client is the one who is getting impacted. If the end client is getting impacted, and you think about your business, okay, so you cannot sustain for a long time. So that is the problem, that is a major problem. Okay,